You both go on Tinder and swipe right. You meet up later at a bar that's roughly 30 minutes from where you both live in either direction. She's cute and he's confident, but not cocky. She's small and he's tall. You have a few drinks, but not that many. And later you both agree to take a walk and end up bar hopping. It's fun. You have a few laughs, smile a lot more, and feel that whirling ecstatic electricity shoot through both your bodies. She's pretty cool, and he's pretty cool. And later you end up engaging in the clumsy sheet wrestling that becomes a foggy, wonderful memory in your mind the next day. And everything is wonderfully blissful. But now there's a problem. You both kind of don't want to leave each other. And this was never supposed to be anything more than a hookup. But she giggles in just the right way when tickled. She's smart. And her eyes, there's just something about her eyes. He has a gorgeous beard and a cool job. And you both have dimples. So your kids probably will too. She lets that thought linger, and it makes her smile. He pushes the thought away. But you both sit there and you think, we can probably make this work. You start dating. You tell each other intimate details about your lives. You gain the obligatory dating 10 pounds. The sex is otherworldly. He does it just the way you like. She is free and open and whispers your name when her nails dig in, and you both feel as if you have to hold on to each other as tight as you can, because if you don't, you might just slip off the edge of the world and into oblivion. You get along with her friends, and you like his dog, and you are both fans of Matchbox 20 and Star Trek pre-Discovery. And even though your politics differ, your values match, and you both think, we can probably make this work. You date for a year, and now she's your person, and he's your rock. And you have stuff at her apartment, and she has stuff at yours, and you know her favorite song, and she knows you secretly want to be a professional dungeon master, but she doesn't judge you for it. The sex is still awesome and frequent, a little less passion, but more fun. She still has guy friends, and it secretly still pisses you off, but you don't want to be that dude, so you let it go. He still talks to his ex a little too often in your opinion, but you don't want to seem insecure, so you let it go. And you both think, we can probably make this work. She moves in and pretends to like football and your friends, while you pretend to care about who has done her wrong at work for the 100th time. You make love in the kitchen and in the shower, and he holds your face while he showers you with kisses. And she cooks dinner and shows you new movies and new music that you would have never seen or heard before. She's the coolest person you've ever met. Then one day, while talking about her crappy coworkers, she says they all suck, except for a guy named Steve. Steve is cool, and your eyebrows raise because who the hell is Steve? You feel jealousy for the first time, but you don't really say anything because you don't want to be that guy. And she's noticed that your ex has messaged you 5 times today as you sit eating and watching Netflix. Your phone pings again and again, but she doesn't say anything because she's not insecure. She trusts you, but she does think to herself, what does that hoe want? And you both think, we can probably make this work. She goes to school, and you're working extra hours, and you're both tired and you're both grumpy, and the sex has become a little predictable and a little less frequent. And sometimes you think about that pretty server at the bar and grill while she's confessing to Steve that the spark in her relationship, while not yet gone, has diminished a little. But you both hang in there because you really do love each other. And 9 months later, when the doctor hands you your son, your hands tremble, and you wipe the sweat off his mother's forehead, and you look down at her, and she looks up at you, and you both look at him, and you think, This is what existence is all about. And you feel a connection going back through time and space, eons, to when the first human beings delivered the first babies, and you think, I can't believe we've been doing this for thousands and thousands of years, and the weight of responsibility settles down upon your shoulders, and you promise you're going to be the best goddamn father that's ever existed and that will ever exist. You will make no mistakes. You will be the perfect provider. You have a family now, and your love for them knows no bounds. It exceeds the size of the universe and the weight of all the matter within it. But now you're scared. You know true fear for the very first time. And you come to understand that there is no terror like putting all your trust in a man that he's going to stay and help protect you and this child that you brought screaming into this world. And you both think, we can probably make this work. He plays video games for hours after he gets home from work and doesn't even pretend anymore to care about what happened in your day. And she's always bitching that you never talk to her anymore. When you do, when she has something interesting to say, you mention this to the guys at work and they tell you that's married life. You mention it to your girlfriends and they say they don't know what you ever even saw in him anyway. Didn't he want to be a professional dungeon master? The sex has dried up, but your son's smile at Christmas while opening his presents shackles you from ever even thinking of leaving. You go sledding, and his big dummy butt falls in the snow while holding your son and laughing, and you hit him with a snowball, and a snowball fight ensues, and there's a moment when he looks like he did in that bar all those years ago. Confident again, strong again, but this time maybe even a little cocky. You feel bad for what you've been doing with Steve, and you think, oh my God, we can probably make this work. You settle in your new apartment. It's been years since you've been on your own, and the place is so silent, it's loud. The silence screams in your ears, and you cover them hoping to stop the sound of your son asking, where is daddy going? You both tried everything. Marriage counseling, couples therapy, date nights, and a just for us adults trip. But when you asked him to leave, he left because there was no emotion left. And when she asked you to leave, you left because there was no emotion left. The night his father left, you held your son in your bed as he cried, and the silence in the house was so loud it screamed. But there was something else. A weight lifted, a tension relieved. But the sadness, you just wasn't ready for the overwhelming sadness. She sends the papers to your apartment and you sign them. And then life drops into this dead routine. You work, you pay child support, you see your boy on the weekends, you make the best of things. She's dating Steve now. You always knew you couldn't trust that snake. But you let it go for the sake of peace, because you don't want to be that guy. And now you've gone to bed with every single girl that ever hit on you while you were married, and you start to feel alive again. But there is an emptiness to it all. Sometimes at night, when the girl leaves and the booze is dried up, and you're just sitting around doom scrolling on your phone, wondering, is this all there is? But you start to feel better because your son's adjusting to the new way things are. And she's broken up with Steve and actually found a nice guy who you get along with. And you just met this girl on Tinder, and you're going to meet her at a bar about 30 minutes away from here. And you're kind of excited about it. And you start to think, well, maybe we can make things work. Thank you for listening, and have a wise day.